Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm going to be changing the oil in my Cub Cadet ZTS1 with the Kohler 7000 series motor. This is a V-twin motor, 23 horsepower. It takes 2 quarts of 10W30. Today I'm going to be using the AMSOIL small engine oil in 10W30. I'll be using an OEM Kohler filter. I'll post the part number for this. If you can see it right there, that's what it is. I will also post the OEM Kohler oil, which is a semi-synthetic. You can use any 10W30, I think, as long as it's at least semi-synthetic. Changing the oil on this thing's a breeze. It's really easy. I will show you how it's done. So first off, I warmed this machine up, got the engine to operating temperature. Now I'm going to come over here onto the left side of the motor, and there's a tube coming off right here that goes down behind the frame, underneath the frame rather. And this is the drain. So underneath the frame, you got to find the spot where it pops out, which is right down in here, and you open up the plug and it drips down into your drip pan. You'll need 2 wrenches. You'll need a 3/4 inch to hold the main part, and then I just use an adjustable to open up the square part here. So the back part here is 3/4, and then this is just a square part where I use an adjustable crescent to open it up, and you'll need 2 wrenches to do it, one to hold the back and then one to open this. It is a little awkward because the hose is not very long. Once you get it started, you can twist it out by hand and it'll start dripping. So I let that drip for a good long while, and then I'm also going to tilt the front of the mower up to make sure that everything does get out. And while that oil is dripping, we can work on the filter. It's on the right side of the motor, right down here. Pretty easy to get to. I do have a nice filter removal tool that I use when changing oils. Makes it a lot easier to get it. It basically just clamps over and allows you to put a socket and twist it off. First, I'm going to stick a towel underneath because it is going to spill some oil. We'll just do our best to clean it up. And loosen it up. It does make a little bit of a mess, but it's not too bad. Alright, so I've got my filter, and I pre-filled it with a little bit of oil. I don't fill it all the way because it's obviously on a side, but I just do a little bit just to start it. And thread it on. Make sure you don't cross-thread the threads. And make sure you grease up, make sure you lubricate the filter gasket. And just tighten it on there hand tight. And you can just kind of see I write the hours and the date. Alright, it's now time to put the plug back in, and I cleaned off the factory thread locker that they had on this, or thread tape, and added my own just to clean it up a little bit. That's what mine's going to look like. And I also found that a 13mm socket fits over that square part almost perfectly, and will allow you to use a socket to remove that and tighten it. It might be a little easier, so I'm going to try that on my reinstallation here. And once it's tightened up, you're good to add oil. So now we're ready to fill. Come over here on the side with the filter, and the dipstick is right above it. And you're going to need a funnel of some sort. I've got this nice long one. And again, it's 10W30. So we got 1 quart in. Now I'll do the 2nd quart. I'm going to go ahead and replace the air filter. Might as well. So you just lift those 2 tabs, and then this whole cover comes right off. You can clean the underside of this off and make sure it's nice and dust free. And then this is the original one of the machine. It is quite dirty. I do usually check it, or between mows rather, but it looks like I might have forgot once. And it looks pretty nasty in here. I'm going to clean that out. And so it's pretty easy. This is a filter with a pre-filter. You just wrap the pre-filter around the main filter part. Make sure it's seated nicely around all of the filter media. So I have to amend the previous clip. For the pre-filter, you actually have to oil it lightly with fresh, clean motor oil and then reinstall it onto the filter. So I just placed it on there without oiling it, but then I was rereading my manual and it actually says you're supposed to oil this with clean oil. So I've got some clean oil here and I'm just going to dab it in the oil and then kind of spread it around on the filter all the way around. And I'm going to put the camera down and coat it completely. You don't want it like dripping with oil, but coat it enough so that helps capture particles. So I got it oiled, and just run it through your hands a few times and just lightly oil that pre-filter all the way around and then reinstall it on the filter like I showed you earlier so that it covers the filter media completely. Then you can put this back on the motor. Pop that sucker in. I'm going to start it up once, let it circulate a little bit, and then I'll check the level. And here we go, we're going to do a level check. And we're right on the money. Right on that F mark. And that's it to changing the oil, guys. It's super easy, like I said. I've only got positive things to say about this mower. Check out my introduction video for this mower. It talks about all the features and whatnot, and goes into depth a little bit more than this. So anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Love it if you subscribe. Stay tuned for new videos. See you next time. Later.